Hey, I'm Luke, the masculine half of our divine twin oversoul, and recently through my meditations and inner searching, I feel like part of my shared part of the mission here is to begin offering some healing services, which is a bit of a revelation to me. I never thought I'd be sitting here talking about healing, but I'm feeling pretty guided to start offering what I do as an actual thing you can book, not just something that accidentally happens around me. I'll tell you a bit of my story and then share some ways I can support you if it resonates. The last 25 years of my life I've been in a primary industry in the trucking industry, I guess, logistics. Working for Cummins it was, and that was really stressful. It's high paced, it gets everything there on time, there's big dollars involved, and everyone's really ramped up and doesn't want to take no for an answer. And it did a fair bit of damage to my body along that journey. I was dealing with a fairly big combo of stuff at one point. I had some bowel issues, some polyps in there, low iron, a lot of anger just sitting under the surface, all that emotional stuff trapped in the body. And it's easy to write it off as stress or being run down, but I knew that my body was waving big red flags. And I just see the Western, medical science as largely a band-aid personally, but don't take my advice and use those permission slips and use what you need as you see fit to heal yourself. But I did a bit of a different way. I got into breathwork, spent a lot of time in the sauna, use food as medicine. That's a huge thing for me. It's all different frequencies and energies that we're consuming and putting into our bodies. It's just literally grows out of the mud, becomes something, and then we put that into our body and that becomes us. So, there's so much that can happen just by being mindful of putting the right things into your body, staying present with your nervous system and your breath, and intending in the right ways. And I feel like I can get a lot of healing done, and I feel like I've got plenty of evidence for that in myself. Because I watched my bloods change, my digestion shift, my energy come back online, my creative sexual force. I can just feel myself getting better and better and better, more alive. Healing, the healing journey, the one that everyone goes on about. It's been a thing for me. It's really alive and embodied, and that's what I've been cruising along on. So it should have been obvious that this would be something that would be guided to at some point, but I guess self-worth's another part of that, and I've learnt to understand that I am worthwhile and worth sharing these things with other people. So recently I've been doing a lot of emotional work as well. You might have got a bit of hint at that with what I've been dribbling on about. Starting to tune into all that sort of stuff. Actually letting myself feel the anger instead of just swallowing it. Talking to God, asking my body what it needed. Learning how to regulate my nervous system better instead of just white knuckling it through life, because I can stay very regulated, I think, but I've kind of been lying to myself a bit there too, because I've not been conscious of the fact that, I do withdraw or pull out of life more and not embrace life, not be in it as much as I could be if I'd actually checked in and realized the ways that I was getting still a bit dysregulated, still a bit revved up, even with all the work that I've been doing. So it's a lifelong journey. I don't think that we're ever going to crack it. And the journey is the destination. Around the same time that I've healed myself, people around me, my kids, my friends, people in the community kept saying the same kind of thing, that they feel calmer around me, that they feel clearer after talking to me. And they're not sure what I did, but they feel different. And it's like my system has become this kind of grounding rod. I didn't set out to be a healer, but the field I carry started doing something whether I liked it or not. And lately this nudge has been getting louder and louder. So I'm going to stop keeping it to myself and offer it. How I'm going to offer this? Okay, I've been feeling into this a bit lately. The first one is for people who don't want or need another Zoom call in their life. I know that gets very fatiguing, and I don't want to sit there and try to play games, or I don't know. There's a time and a place for everything, right? And that's just not my scene as much. I'm kind of spending a lot of time going inwards, and this is what I'd like to offer. You send me a clear intention, a couple of lines about what you're going through, be pretty specific, physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever it is. I'll choose a time in the next few days when I've got the space and energy to open a private ritual just for you. This looks like me opening a sacred space. I'll speak your name and your intention out loud, and then using prayer, breath, and my own devotional practices, I'll offer love and support into your field. You don't have to be on the call. You don't have to do anything fancy. You can be at work, asleep, wrangling the kids, whatever it is that you're doing. When the ritual's completed, I'll send you a short email letting you know that it's done, and I'll share anything that came through for me when I send that email through. It might have been a feeling, an image, a gentle suggestion like rest or walk, or drink a lot of water. That's pretty common. Most people don't drink enough or the right quality water. So you're basically asking me to hold the ropes for you for a moment and add some extra love and attention into what you're already doing. I might practice this with Kelly together if required, or if we have the space to do that, so that there's extra intention and energy behind that, or even a group of people if I'm afforded that opportunity, and depending what the situation is. And for that, I'm going to charge $88. I'll put this up on the website or share it in more detail later. So if you feel called to that, if you feel like that's something that could be helpful for you and you're suffering at the moment, please reach out and see how it goes for you. The second thing that I'm willing to do here, if you choose to accept my offering, is I'd like to hold a 20-minute silent immersion with you if you want a face-to-face experience. We can sit down together. If you do want to be there live with me, but you don't want to talk for an hour, it's not coaching, it's not talk therapy. We hop on Zoom or your, video conferencing app of choice. I ask you what's your intention for this time, 1 or 2 sentences, and then we'll sit there in silence for about 15 minutes together. You can have your camera on or off. You don't have to perform or explain anything. Don't have to tell me your whole life story. I'll just sit there with your breath and your intention, and I'll let my system do what it does best. Calm, stabilize, call in support, and hold you in a strong, loving field. At the end, I'll say a few words to close, maybe a brief blessing, 1 or 2 simple things to share, and then we're done. Short, sharp, no fluff. It's for people who want something solid, sitting in God with them for a bit. These live silent immersions will be $144 for 20 minutes. People would sometimes ask, why is 20 minutes the same price as some people charge for an hour? It's because you're not paying for me to talk at you. You're paying for the field, the focus, and everything it took to become who I am now. You don't, people get paid for what they know, right? It's, it took me a bit to get here, and so I think it's worth it. I work best in concentrated surgical ways, in and out, do the work, no dragging it out for the sake of it. This is not a medical treatment. I'm not diagnosing you. I'm not telling you to stop your medications, and I'm not promising miracle cures. This is a spiritual and energetic support. It's an extra line of love and intention into your life and your body. I fully encourage you to keep working with your doctors, therapists, and whoever else is in your team. This is a both and, not an instead of. I don't have a lot of testimonials yet because I'm just wading into the space now. It's all new to me. But I've watched my own body change. I've watched the impact I have on people around me, and now I'm giving this a shot in a more direct way. If you do work with me at this stage, you're basically part of the founding crew. We're stepping into it honestly together. If you want to share feedback, I'll be grateful, but there's no pressure. If any of this resonates and you'd like to book a ritual on your behalf for $88 or a 20-minute silent Zoom immersion for $144, you'll find the details in the description below, how to send your intention, how to make payment, and what to expect next. Oh, last thing, if money is genuinely tight for you, please reach out and I'll see what I can do, because I want everyone to feel included and that they can approach this and reach out for help if they need it, or exchange energy in another way. The universe is always at your feet, and I'm a part of the universe. Whether you book anything or not, here's my blessing for you now. May you feel safe again. May your anger find somewhere honest to go. May your nervous system remember what calm feels like. And may you know in your bones that you're loved and not alone in this. You're supported. We're all one. Thanks for being here. Much love from Luke. Thank you.